This device right here is a device that can mute and unmute your microphone with infrared. So when you're standing away from your microphone, the mic will be muted. Check 1, 2. There's the red light. Check, check 1, 2. But then when you get close enough to the sensor of this thing, the microphone will be on and you can sing or talk into the microphone. This is a new product by the folks at Addario and it's pretty helpful. A while back, I did a video on how to set up a talkback mic for your band, and all of your band who are on in-ear monitors can hear what you're saying. That way you can communicate on stage without the crowd hearing you. And this is actually a really perfect situation to use something like that. Or just basically anytime you want to mute a mic when you're not using it. But whatever the reason that you want to easily mute and unmute a microphone with infrared within a certain proximity, this is a really cool solution for that. I'm going to go over it in detail to see if this is something that's right for you and your needs. I do want to say many thanks to Guitar Center for sending this over and for sponsoring the video. Just as always, all the opinions in this video are my own. If you do decide that this is right for you, I will have links down below in the description where you can purchase this from Guitar Center. And be sure to check out the Guitar Center deals page where there's a ton of different deals on gear for live studio guitars. I'll have links down below in the description, or you can use the QR codes on your screen. Again, many thanks to Guitar Center for sponsoring the video. And Guitar Center and Addario were kind enough to send over a second one still in the box so I could do a giveaway to one of my subscribers, and I will do that towards the end of the video. So consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed, and let's go ahead and check out the infrared mic mute by Addario. So it does come in this carrying pouch, which is really nice. This is a very simple system to use and figure out. Microphone plugs in on this side, cable plugs in on this side. On the top, you have a button and a dial. The button is to turn it on, just have it constantly be on if something's going wrong with the infrared. And then this dial right here is to set the range or how close you have to be to the microphone in order for it to turn on. If you set it to the lowest setting, you have to be right on it. And even then, sometimes it doesn't trigger it. And if you set it all the way up to 9, that's actually 24 feet away, which I don't think most people will use. I actually find setting it at 2 works best for me, and I'll do a demo here in a second, but set it right for you. So microphone plugs in on the front, XLR cable plugs in on the back, and you do have to send phantom power to it in order for it to work. That's something to keep in mind. You do need to send phantom power in order for this device to work. And you can see when I tilt it up like this, when the red light comes on, that means that the mic is unmuted and I can sing or talk into the microphone. However, when that red light is off, that means that the microphone is muted. So you can see when I put my hand kind of close to the microphone, it's detecting that and it unmutes the microphone. I can set the range even smaller, so I'm going to set this to the lowest possible setting. And you can see even when I put my hand on top of the microphone, that light still doesn't turn on. I have to kind of put my finger kind of close right here in order to activate it. So just make sure you set the proximity to where you need it. And also when you push the button, it's just always on. It doesn't matter if my hand's in front of it or what's in front of it. That button will just automatically unmute the microphone. So it's very nice that they give you a fail-safe just in case if something's going wrong with the infrared. And that is basically it. I'm going to do a quick demo of how this works. I'm going to do this with a dynamic microphone as well as with a condenser microphone, because this condenser microphone does need phantom power and it will pass through the phantom power to this microphone. So here's an example on a dynamic microphone that does not need phantom power. Check 1, 2. There's the red light. Check, check 1, 2. So like right here is where it turns on, which is kind of where I want it. So that example was with the dial set to 2. Here's an example with it set to 5 on that dial. Red light. I can't hear me very well because it's far away, but now the red light's on, you should be able to hear me. And then obviously you can hear me as I get closer, but then when I back away, can you still hear me? I'm going to shout a little bit so you can kind of. And here's an example with the dial set on 1. I have to kind of like put my finger up here in order to turn. And here's an example on a microphone like the Beta 87 that does require phantom power, and it does actually still work with this microphone. 2, hey, hey, and now the red light is on, so the phantom power is passing through this into the microphone as well, which is really cool. And then when I back away, you as of the time of shooting, this is currently listed at $99. If you do decide this is right for you, I will have links of where you can purchase this from Guitar Center down below in the description, or you can use the QR code on your screen. So what are the reasons that you might want to use this? So first of all, for the talkback mic, that's a really helpful way to use that. Again, a talkback mic is what you use to communicate with other musicians on the stage who have in-ear monitors, and that way you can talk to each other without the crowd hearing. The thing about that is usually that microphone is off like to the side of the stage. Most of the time I've seen that set up kind of by the drummer so that the singer can turn around, talk into the microphone, and then they can usually say, hey, hey, skip this song, or we need to add this song into the set list because we're getting extended, or it's usually for something inappropriate that you definitely don't want the crowd to hear. But either way, you don't want that microphone going the entire time, especially if it's right by the drums. You can get a lot of cymbal bleed of that because you have to add that into your in-ears, and that's a lot of cymbals that can bleed through that. This is actually really helpful to mute that. You won't hear the talkback mic until the singer gets right on the mic and says, hey, switch to this next song, or hey, whatever they end up saying to the microphone. You don't have that cymbal bleed or just the stage bleed in general. It only turns on whenever someone needs to talk into the talkback mic. Very, very helpful. It could also be used for like a backing vocalist for like guitar players or bass players or even drummers, especially with drummers, so you don't get all of that cymbal bleed. When the backup vocalist isn't singing, they don't need that mic to be live, so this is a very cool way to do that. You're playing guitar, you're playing bass, or you're playing drums. You don't need your backup vocals to be live the entire time. You can mute that microphone and only turn it on when you're about to do your backup vocals. Pretty cool option. Even if there's another situation where you might want to use it, it's just great to just mute the microphone whenever you don't need it live and then unmute it very quickly when you need it to be live. So would it work with like a wireless microphone? So if it's like a wireless microphone like this, I mean, this doesn't have an XLR output, so it wouldn't work on a microphone like this if it has, an antenna like most wireless microphones. However, there are some XLR adapters that are capable of sending phantom power. Two cheap ones that I reviewed, one by Phoenix Pro and one by Coda Music. I have videos on those. I'll link to those videos down below if you're interested. And Shure and Sennheiser also each make one that is a little bit more expensive, but has a lot more features and reliability and stuff like that. But if you've seen my channel before, I like to test out my gear live. And you also know that I have this hatred of cables. So of course I did this wirelessly. I did this with the Phoenix Pro adapter. It looks a little bit goofy, but hey, it got the job done. It was able to send phantom power to this device. I used it as our talkback for a show that we did last weekend, and it worked great. I mean, I had zero issues with it. Just make sure you set the sensitivity to where you need it to be. I would recommend putting it on your mic and then setting it where you're going to be, and give yourself a tiny bit of wiggle room just in case if you're back a little bit. But I had basically had it set up where I would be right on the mic when I was talking to it. But I used it live. I literally had zero issues with it. It's a great solution. Sometimes another band that I play with, we do fly dates, and for those shows I don't always bring like my entire in-ear monitor rack. Sometimes we'll use their setup and they'll send us an in-ear monitor feed, and a lot of times we'll have a talkback mic set up for that. Next time we do a gig like that, I'm definitely going to bring this. It's a really cool option, really effective, and very simple product, but really effective at what it does. So pretty short video today. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Hope you guys found the video helpful. If you did find this video helpful, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button if you're the YouTube algorithm gods. Also, thanks to Guitar Center for sending this over. Don't forget to check it out down below in the description, and check out the Guitar Center deals page as well for some of the best deals on music gear. Like I mentioned, I am going to do a giveaway to one of my subscribers, so consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed. And to enter this giveaway, leave a comment down below and let me know how you would plan to use this. Would you use it as a talkback mic? Would you use it for backing vocals? Or do you have another way that I haven't thought of yet? Also, while you're down there, let me know how you pronounce Addario. I've heard it pronounced so many different ways. Addario, Diadario. I saw a video while I was researching this video, and someone said it's hi-ho Addario is the way to pronounce it. So I've been saying it wrong this whole time. So also let me know how you pronounce it. You only have 24 hours to enter the giveaway. I will announce the winner on this date right here. Please remember, do not respond to scammers. I will never, ever, ever ask you for money. And scammers sometimes show up when I do giveaways. I will never ask you for money for shipping or whatever clever reason they give you. I will never ask you for money. Please don't respond to scammers. Two other videos I might check out. Guitar Center also recently sent over the QSC column array speakers, which are a really nice column array system. I did a review on that. And also, if you're curious on how to set up a talkback mic, I do have a video going over that in detail. You can check out both of those videos by clicking the links on your screen now. Thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget to follow me on my social media pages at Scott Yule Music. I'm on pretty much all of them, but Instagram's the main one that I'm on. Thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.